As we discussed, power set, proper subsets, improper subsets, and subsets. Now, I'm going to teach you one more comparison for total number of subsets, total number of non-empty subsets. Because you have the formula for subset is 2 raised to m. If set has m elements, then number of subsets is 2 raised to m, right? Number of proper subsets means except set A and empty set, that is we have to remove two sets or two elements, right? That is 2 raised to m minus 2, and number of power set of A is same as the number of subsets, that is 2 raised to m. But remember this thing, this is very dangerous, a word non-empty subsets, right? Remember this thing, non-empty means you have to remove 5 from all subsets. That means you have to remove 5, means you have to neglect one element, that is 2 raised to m minus 1, right? So this, for this comparison you can check. Suppose number of number set has 0 elements, then number of proper subset, number of subset first is 2 raised to 0, that is one subset you will get, right? And number of proper subset does not define, because this is defined for number of elements greater or equal to 1, right? For non-empty set, proper subset does not define. Now number of these power set of A is 2 raised to 1, that is 2, same is, we are taking 0, so 2 raised to 0, that is 1, same as number of subsets. And non-empty subset means 2 raised to 0 minus 1, that is 1 minus 1 is equal to 0, right? Got it? Suppose number of element is 1, that is m is equal to 1, this is m is equal to 0, number of element we can take 3 and we are going to take 4. So if m is 1, then number of subset is 2 raised to 1, that is 2. Proper subsets 2 raised to 1 minus 2, that is 0. That means a set has element 1, that is a singleton set has proper subset 0, and non-empty set, right? Empty set has not defined a proper subsets. Then number of power set of A, that is 2 raised to 1 is equal to same as this subsets, and this is 2 raised to 1 minus 1, that is 1. Non-empty set you will be get, right? For m equal to 2, this is 2 raised to 2, that is 4 subsets are there. Similarly, power set of A has 4 subsets, and proper subsets, number of proper subsets is 2 raised to 2 minus 2, that is 2, and non-empty subset 2 raised to 2 minus 1, that is 3. Non-empty subsets are there. Suppose n equal to 3, then 2 raised to 3 is 8 subsets you will get. Same number of power set, that is 2 raised to 3 is equal to 8. And for proper subsets, 2 raised to 3 minus 2, that is 6, right? And non-empty subset is 2 raised to 3 minus 1, that is 7. 8 minus 1 is 7. So you can substitute a value here and fill in the blanks. So what we get? 2 raised to 4 is equal to 16. Same here, 2 raised to 4 is equal to 16. Means number of subsets and number of power set of A are equal. And for proper subsets you have to subtract 2. And for non-empty, you have to remove empty sets. That is non-empty, that is 2 raised to n minus 1. So here 2 raised to 4 minus 2, 16 minus 2, that is 14. And here 2 raised to 4 minus 1, that is 15. Right? So these are the important things. Now you have to learn one more definition, that is universal set. Right? Universal set. Universal set is a set consisting of all possible elements, which occurs under consideration is called a universal set and is denoted by either U or S, right? So a set consisting of all possible elements which occurs under consideration is called a universal set and is denoted by U or S. Suppose you want to study the how many students having spec in your school, then your school is the universal set, and then you are going to study about the how many students wearing specs, right? So set consisting of all possible elements means your school's all students wearing a spec, right? So school is a universal set. Okay, so question number 5, page 13. How many elements has power set of A if A is equal to 5? If A is equal to 5, that is set A has 0 elements. So here number of A is equal to 0. Therefore, number of power set of A is equal to 2 raised to number of A is 0. That is 2 raised to m. That is either if you put m, then 2 raised to m is equal to 2 raised to 0. That is 1. So number of power set of A has only one element, as we discuss and represent all numbers of power set, subset, proper subset and non-empty subsets, right, in tabular form. So the tabular form is very important for this kind of questions. Now, what universal set or sets would you propose for each of the following? First, the set of right angle triangles. Right angle triangles is a subset of all triangles, set of all possible triangles, right? So universal set for this is, that is U is equal to, universal set U is equal to set of all possible triangles. Set of all possible triangles, right, is the proposed universal set for set of all right angle triangles. And the set of all isosceles triangle, also isosceles triangle has a universal set of all possible triangles. So same answer, U is equal to set of all possible triangles, right? So both has the same answer. Now question number 9. Given that set A is equal to 135, B is equal to 246 and C is equal to 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, which of the following may be considered as a universal set? Which will be considered as a universal set for all the three subsets A, B and C, right? So universal set for this means all elements of A, B and C are included, then that set is said to be a universal set. So here solution here U is equal to, that is universal set is equal to, so starting from first side 0, so I am taking 0, then 1, so 1, then 2 is there, 2, 3 is there, 3, then 4 is there, yes, 4, 5 is here, so 5, 6 is here, so 6, 7, no 7, we need 7 here, so 7 and 8, right? So 7, then 8, right? So these are the this is the universal set for A, B, C. Now here this set 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this set doesn't contain 8. This set doesn't contain 8. So here for this 8 does not belongs to this set 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it cannot be considered as a universal set. So therefore it cannot be considered as universal set. This cannot be considered as a universal set. Now 5 is never a universal set. So same answer, it cannot be. It cannot be considered as universal set. Right? Now here, see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? So this is considered a universal set for these all A, B, C, because all elements of this are containing by this. So this is universal set. Right? All elements of A, B, C are included in this set. So this set is considered as a universal set. And here 0 is not included. So this here 0 not belongs to this set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Right? So therefore this is not a universal set. So it cannot be considered as a universal set. Okay? So now we are going to discuss about Venn diagrams, and you know what is Venn diagram, right? You know that generally most of the relationships between two sets or 3 sets, 4 sets, whatever it may be, are represented by a means of some diagrams, right? And that diagram is known as Venn diagrams. These Venn diagrams are named after the English logician named John Venn. Right? He is a logician, right? English logician. He lived between, he was 1813 to 1883. Right? So this diagram, its sets are represented, universal sets are represented by generally a rectangle, and its subsets are represented by any curve, any closed curve, right? So generally we represent them by a circle. So this is your universal set U, and suppose its subset is A, then this is A, right? And in Venn diagram, all elements, right, are represented in their respective. If we take circle, then we have to take circle. You can take like this also, right? But you have to take a closed curve. That will be anyone. But generally, we are represented set by circles and rectangle. Rectangle, that means your universal set, and the circle means its subset. Suppose I am drawing another Venn diagram. This is universal set U. Suppose this is a set A. This is set A. I am writing here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These elements are here. Now this is your figure number 1. Suppose I draw another Venn diagram. This is your universal set U. This is set A. another set B, right? I'm writing here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So this is your figure number 2, right? Now, universal set means all elements including in this rectangle is universal set. So for first figure, universal set U is equal to, starting from 1 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So universal set is U is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 is the universal set. And subset of this A, right? Subset is A. So set A containing all elements in this circle. All elements in this circle are the elements of A, right? So set A containing elements 1, then 2, then 5, 6, 8 and 10. So these are the elements of set A. Means respective elements are denoted in circle respective, right? Now in this figure also you can see the 1 to 10 we write, you know. So universal sets is same here also. This is 1 to 10. Now its subsets are two subsets, A and B. So subsets are here A and B. Now set B containing these elements. Only these elements are in set B. So set B has elements 3, 4 and 9 only. So 3, 4 and 9 only. While set A has, now sorry, set A means all elements in this red circle, inside the red circle, that is 9, 3 and 4, including these 2, 5, 7 and 8. So there are 3, 4, 9, also 2, 5, 7 and 8. So 2, 5, 7 and 8. So clearly from this figure or this, all elements of B are in A. All elements of set B are in A. So that is B is a subset of A. B is a subset of A. And clearly B is inside the set A. So B is a subset of A. So this type of figures, they are called Venn diagram, is very useful to represent the relationship between sets. Okay.